And hello and good afternoon, ladies and my wise women sisters. And it looks like we're live. Good afternoon and welcome to this week's Goddess Messages. So which card did you choose? Did you choose card A, B, C, or D? What goddess has a message for you today? We'll find out. Hi, I'm Tora Iresh'nai Moon, and I'm a goddess priestess, and I teach and guide women to tune to and embody the goddess within and without, so they can be in their divine feminine power, presence, and flow to live a more joyful, prosperous, and thriving life. So if you're joining me, whether it's on this live stream or on the replay, please comment and let me know where you're watching from and say hello. I'd love to hear from you. And we have some really amazing goddesses that are showing up today. And hello, Krista. Thank you for being here. You're one of my biggest supporters, and I really appreciate that. So we have some really great goddesses today, and some really good messages, I think. I think you'll like them. Hi, Marla. Welcome. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it and appreciate you letting me know that you're here. And these messages kind of have that balance between slap you upside the head while giving you a loving message at the same time. And that's kind of the way that many of these goddesses work. They love you, but when you need to pay attention or listen, they have no trouble letting you know that they're around. So we'll get started with card A today. Those of you who chose card A, the goddess that came through for you was the Greek goddess. Hopefully you can see this. There we are. Persephone. And she's the goddess of hope, potential, and rebirth. And I think I'll preface her message today with a little bit about her and her story, because the message pulls from her story. And she is the Greek goddess who is young, carefree, you could call her innocent, a little bit naive. She helps her mother Demeter, who is the goddess of growing things. And one day she's out gathering flowers and just being her carefree self, and wanders away. And she is taken, and Hades, the god of the underworld, sees her. And he's so taken with her innocence and with her beauty that, true to the Greek god's way, he abducts her and takes her to his kingdom, the kingdom of the underworld, of hell. And Demeter is so sad and is looking all over for her daughter that she loves and is beloved. And she can't find her until finally Hecate shows her and lets her know that her daughter Persephone is in the underworld with Hades. Now, in many of the stories, they show this, that Hades raped her. But in so many of the stories that are coming out, she stayed there long enough. She was there for 6 months. She stayed there long enough that a love developed between Hades and Persephone. So that when Hecate came and offered Persephone a way out and a way back to the world. By then, she'd become the queen of the underworld, and she loved the people that she was serving. And so there was a compromise made that she would spend 6 months of the year in the underworld with Hades and 6 months in the upper world with her mother Demeter. And that's part of the story of how we get the seasons. So, for those of you who chose card A, Persephone's message for you is: all may seem lost, and you are wandering in darkness, even a hellish place. Your soul may be calling for your mother, the one who loves you unconditionally, but it doesn't seem like she can hear you in your dark place. My dear one, she hears you. She is waiting for you with open arms, but she can't rescue you. You have to make the choice of where you go and where you stay. There is hope for you, dear one. You do not have to remain in darkness and fear. When you are ready, call on me, Persephone. Take my hand, and I will guide you, and I will lead you into the light and the rebirth of yourself. Know this: you'll be stronger, better for the time you've spent in this dark place. So I'm just checking in with Persephone and see if she has anything else in this now moment. Love yourself. Love your beauty of who you are. Because even in your darkest moments, even when you feel hope is lost, your light is still there. Even as I spent time in the underworld, my light shone and gave hope to those who had passed on, that there was hope of rebirth. And I give this hope to you, my dear one, that you too can be reborn and rebirth into your full potential, into your full light. And the time that you have spent in this darkness is not for aught. It isn't just to make you suffer and just to make you hurt. It is from these trials and these challenges that you grow. It is from my time of being in the underworld with Hades that I grew from a innocent young woman into a mature woman, able to deal with that which life had given me. And you too, my dear sisters, you too, my dear ones, are growing. You may not see it, but you are. Your light is expanding. And when you come out of your dark place and walk upon, once again in the light, your light will be shining even more brightly, even more brilliantly. Blessings to you who chose card A and the message of Persephone. And I'm learning. I haven't learned not to put on mascara, or at least get mascara that doesn't run. And so those of you who chose card A, Persephone has that message of love for you and hope. So those of you who chose card B, the goddess that came through is the Roman goddess Pax. And it's from her that we get the word peace. And that is her qualities: peace, serenity, and contentment. And the message that Pax has for you today, who chose card B: allow yourself to feel contentment and be at peace with all that you have accomplished and all that is in your life. You need not struggle and battle all the time. Allow yourself to relax and be at ease. There is joy, even bliss, when you drop your worries and fears and embrace the peace and the serenity that lives in your heart. The ego, your brain, and the mind love scurrying around like mice in fear, doubt, and worry. Drop into your heart, your feminine divine presence, and feel the peace, serenity, and contentment that is you. Take the bath, go for the walk, immerse yourself in beauty, and let the mind go. Connect with your soul, be at peace, surrender to the serenity. It is here you will find the answers and solutions to that which is causing you the fear and worry and doubt. Surrender to serenity. Be at peace. And just checking in with Pax to see if she has more to add in this now moment. There is nothing wrong, my dear ones, with feeling peace and contentment with your life and with who you are. Even if you are looking around you and see others who are struggling and that there is chaos in the world, it's okay. It's right for you to feel peace and contentment. It doesn't negate anybody else's suffering, doesn't negate anything else that's happening in the world for you to feel peace, for you to feel contentment, for you to be serene. In fact, your peace and serenity is a balm to others around you. Your peace and serenity can spread out from you and let others feel that and not be as scared, not be as frightened, not be as worried. Because of your peace, because of your contentment, they can borrow a little bit of that and begin to feel that in your life, in their lives. So you see, my dear sister, you are doing a great service to the world by standing in your peace, contentment, and serenity. And blessings to you who chose card B. We need you. We need your serenity. Especially now, in this time of chaos, we need those islands of peace. We need those islands of serenity. And you, my dear sisters, can offer that by accepting and surrendering into your own peace and serenity. What a great gift that you can give to the world. And I'm going to cry again. So those of you who chose card C, this is one of those messages which is a loving smack upside the head to let you know, get over yourself. So the goddess who, let's see if I can get this. The goddess who came forward for those of you who chose card C is the Egyptian goddess Isis. And her qualities that I attribute to her is sacred love, intuition, and magic. And just a reminder, the goddesses have many, 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 many qualities. And the three that I share with you are just three that are a way that you can connect with her right now. You may connect with Isis, and I may talk about Isis in a different way, in a different time. She's still the same goddess. Just like we have different aspects of ourselves, so does the goddess. And neither one is wrong. So the message that Isis has for you who chose card C. Let me see if I can get her voice that I heard. Oh, my darling, my dear one, do you not know you are whole and complete? There is nothing, no one who will complete you. You have everything inside you that you need to be your luminescent self. And then here comes the tears. Listen to your intuition. Listen and follow it. It is your heart, your soul guiding you on your path. Your intuition will guide you to those you need to assist you in uncovering your light and magic. Your intuition will show you what you need to recover the missing parts and pieces of yourself to become whole once more. That wholeness comes from within you, not from another person, not even a soulmate or a twin flame. They cannot complete you, but they can help you soar higher. So, connecting with Isis, and if she has more to add in this now moment. Do not subsume yourself in another person. Yes, you can love them. You can love them dearly and deeply, passionately, just as I loved my dear Osiris. I felt lost when he was killed, but I was still queen. I was still the ruler. I was still the caregiver for my people. And it is through your love of yourself and seeing yourself as whole and complete that you can love others unconditionally. You can accept them for who they are, not what you want them to be. It is through that self-love and that knowing that you are whole and complete, that you are worthy and deserving, that you can find and be in the love that you seek, that deep, passionate love with the partner that you seek. Because if you are not whole and complete in yourself, no one else can complete you, and you will never be happy. Love yourself. Be happy with yourself. and then allow the soulmate, the twin flame, the love of your life, the love of your heart to come to you. Blessings to you who chose card C. And for those of you who chose card D, is another message of self-love. And it comes from Kuan, who is the Chinese goddess, also known as a bodhisattva. And she is the goddess of compassion, mercy, and kindness. And if you don't know her, part of her story is, as a bodhisattva, she reached enlightenment. And when you reach enlightenment, you can go into nirvana and end that wheel of reincarnation. And she was at the gates of nirvana, sometimes called heaven, that she heard a vast wailing. She turned, looked over her shoulder, and could see and feel the suffering of man, of humanity. And she refused to cross the gates into nirvana. And she made a vow that she would stay here and help all those who needed it, all those who cried for mercy and cried to her. She would stay and help them, protect them, and help end the suffering, and help end their suffering. So it's important to know that little bit about her to really understand her message. So the message that she has for those of you who chose card D. Compassion and kindness isn't just for others. It is also for yourself. You have been too hard on yourself, even bullying and beating yourself up for perceived wrongs and weaknesses. Be merciful to yourself, my dear one, and forgive yourself for being human and making mistakes. They are part of your learning journey and nothing to be ashamed of or feel guilty about. This shame and guilt comes from others who are hurting and want you to hurt as well. It is the cause of the suffering in this world. This shame, this guilt. To end the suffering of yourself and others, stop hurting yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Stop hurting others to make yourself feel less alone. Start being kind to yourself. Show yourself mercy and compassion. You deserve it as much as anyone else. And spread this to others. It is through our love we will end suffering. It is through our self-love you'll end your suffering and find peace and joy. So connecting with Kuan Yin and seeing if she has anything else to add in this now moment. Oh, my dear sister, my dear one, you are so worthy and deserving of compassion and of love, of self-love. You are deserving of treating yourself kindly, of treating yourself well, And it is not a bad thing. It is nothing to be ashamed of, to give yourself those moments of self-care and self-love. It is not being selfish. It is being self-full. It is filling yourself up so that you can give to others. It hurts me to see you suffer, to beat yourself up, to hurt yourself, because you don't need to. It only keeps you in a place of darkness. It only keeps you suffering more. Put down that stick that you use to beat yourself up with. Put it down now, my dear one, and instead embrace yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself that hug. Give yourself that love that you are so dearly desiring. Start with yourself. Love yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. And know, dear one, you are greatly loved. And blessings to you who chose card D. And the goddesses were coming through very clearly today. I think the more that I do this, the more they come through and for you. And I would just like to remind you that, and invite you, that if you would like a message, or you have a question, or you have a problem that you need some insight on, and you would like the goddess to give you some insight, that I do offer these goddess messages to people on an individual private level. And if you would like that, if you'd like to know more, you can either DM me or go to my website, and you would go to wisewomanalchemy.com/goddess-guidance. And there's where you can find more information about the goddess readings, the goddess messages, or to book a session with me. So I hope that these messages of love and of self-love, I think that was the theme for today, was self-love, self-care. That I hope that these help you in your life. And may you dance with the goddess in love and joy. Blessings, and I will see you next week for more goddess messages. Bye.